Hi everyone, welcome to day 322 of Wild Writing in the Time of Corona. We're doing a very different workshop today, and I'd like to start off by giving a shout out to a new poetry group that's just beginning in North Yorkshire with some students and some adults taking part, I believe. So I hope you enjoy this. And I'd also like to say that I've done this as part of Child Mental Health Awareness Week, where I know there's a lot of focus on trying to find ways to express how we feel. So what we're going to do today is a You Are poem. It's really straightforward. All you need to start are a pen and some paper and some time. I'm going to take you through the various steps of doing this, and I'm going to suggest that maybe you pause the video at certain points before you carry on. So the You Are poem. First of all, what you'll need to do is to think of a person. Now, it can be somebody who's known to you, and that maybe works out best. But equally, well, it can be fictional, or it could be somebody you've heard about. It could be a hero or an idol of yours. Whoever it is, and we're never going to know who we've been writing about, you have to have strong feelings about them. That's the key thing. So first of all, think of your person. Okay? And I suggest you don't write it down, but you just keep them in your mind. And the other thing to tell you before we start is this whole poem is dealing in the territory of metaphors. So we're not going to say what something really is. We're going to try and write about it in terms of another thing. So it's an entirely metaphorical poem. As I say, we never reveal who the person is. So this is anonymous. I thought it would be a good one to start with. So it has 3 steps. So for the first step is this person that you have in your head. You're going to imagine them as a series of things. So what I suggest you do now is you listen to what I say and then you write down just the list that I say. So the first thing is something you'd find in or about a house. So something in or about a house. The second thing is an animal. If they were an animal, what would they be? So you're answering that question. The third is a musical instrument. So if this person was a musical instrument, what musical instrument would they be? Fourth is an item of clothing, so something you can wear or can be worn. And the fifth is a light. Okay? So you've written down something in or about the house, an animal, a musical instrument, an item of clothing, or a light. Okay? Right, step 2, we're doing well. Right, for each thing that you have written down, you're going to add more detail. You're almost going to add notes. Now, the idea is to give your reader or your listener as much of a picture of this thing as you can. So I'm going to suggest that you pause the video just in a second and you try and write some details about each particular thing. I'll give you an example. So my first thing was something you'd find in or about the house, and I chose a washing line for this person that I'm writing about. And I thought there'd be a washing line. And then I had to think, right, what would I say about this washing line? What qualities of the washing line do I want to bring out? And I wanted to bring out that they were there in my garden. And I wanted to bring out that they often had colourful things on them. And I wanted to bring out they moved about. So those were the notes I made. So for each of the items on your list, you're going to make some notes about what you want to bring out about them. And I'm going to suggest you pause the video now. Okay, so you now have your list of things with some notes. So we're now on to step 3, which is writing the poem. So the poem, each verse starts and ends with a really simple line, and that is you are. So your first line is you are, and your last line of each verse, which is about a particular thing, is you are. You can use it again to enter into the description if you want to, and you can write as many lines to the verse as you want to. I suggest that you don't have the lines probably too long, and that you try and think of a variety of different things. Like I had the washing line, so one quality I want to write about was moving. One quality I want to write about was where it was. Another quality was what it had on it. So that gave me at least 3 lines to write about, and it could easily have been 6. Okay, so you do that. As I say, start the verse with you are, end the verse with you are. And if you want to start your description with it, that's fine. So to give you an example from my own, I put you are, and then I put you are a washing line in my garden. Okay, so I suggest you pause the video and now write your poem. Don't worry about too much about the length of the lines. It certainly doesn't have to rhyme. Don't worry about putting capital letters at the start of the line. That doesn't matter. You're just trying to get a little snapshot of that particular thing and the qualities you want to bring out in it. So I suggest you pause the video now, and then when you've finished, I will share my poem with you, and hopefully you will have written yours. Okay, so if you want to pause it now. Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed writing the poem. I thought this might be, if you liked the person who you were writing about, and of course equally well you could have absolutely loathed them, then you might like to use this as a Valentine's Day poem to give to whoever is the subject. Okay, so hopefully you've got a poem written. I've got one written as well. I chose not to do all 5 because it would have made a very long poem, and I have edited a little bit, and I'm going to give you a hint as to editing, and that is, if you have a phone which has a voice recorder on it, record yourself reading the poem, listen to it back, see if you've got the right words, the right kind of rhythm, see if you like the sound of it. I find that really helpful in terms of editing. Okay, so here's my poem, which I'm going to read to you. I only did the first 3 things on the list, and I'm going to ask you at the end if you are fairly sure whether I really like or really dislike this poem. Okay, so here we are. You are. You are my washing line, stretched across my garden, fastened in a climbing rose, swishing like a skipping rope on windy days, with a rainbow of cardigans and socks, holding on for dear life as the afternoon gale rages on. You are. You are. You are an old red Cornish fox, creeping out at dusk like a magician, your eyes like fringed slit amber, your tail tipped white so others can follow through the dark night's undergrowth. You are. You are. You are a hammered dulcimer, not a piano or an ancient instrument. You stand and play out wondrous tunes, little spoon-like hammers tapping at your strings. Sweet song, my precious dulcimer, singing your sweet song, you are. Right, I hope at the end of that you're in no doubt about my feelings towards that person, even though you have no idea who that person is. And of course, I like them very much. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this workshop, particularly to the poetry group that's getting started in North Yorkshire, and to any children, young people who might be listening to this. Keep writing, and do by all means send me your poems. I would love to read them. So you take care. Bye-bye for now.